What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about Ripple, give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down on what is really prompting this run right now, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Ripple's up 9.33%, 2.35 billion for volume over the last 24 hours. So volume is still relatively low, but then again, that's been kind of the case for the last 2 weeks. Despite the low volume, Ripple has been holding the absolute strongest of support levels. So in general, I think there was a lot of signs showing that it was ready to break out. It just needed a nice push. And with this upcoming week, a couple catalysts just this week and then as well in the next 2 weeks, it's shorts. They're the kind of the culprits on why it is going higher. So I'm going to go over that in a second. You do see, as far as in comparison, a lot of the other cryptocurrencies lagging. Even Bitcoin, it is only up 0.22. So Ripple is definitely getting a lot of attention. And I think at the same time, you're seeing a lot of articles kind of signaling that there is a somewhat weakness or somewhat downside with Bitcoin. And as I brought up, I do feel that Ripple is going to really continue to move higher as, of course, catalysts come to fruition. And not only that, though, the crypto market historically does go down kind of leading into February. And then you see a nice recovery leading into March. That's only going to magnify so much more for Ripple. So I think all in all, this is an amazing time to buy. I've been really stating that under my Patreon. So I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Even when it did pull back, I called that it was going to go to roughly around that 202. It hit $2. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there. But I recently did state that with the lower volume, you might actually see a pullback in crypto in its entirety. But I even stated that the only cryptocurrency with the upcoming catalyst I'm bullish on is Ripple. And so I've been loading the boat. I've been buying dollar cost averaging because honestly, given everything, I see this easy double, triple from these prices just within the first half of 2025, assuming everything goes kind of according to plan. But like I mentioned, you are seeing this. So shorts are actually the culprit on why it is moving higher. So they're kind of starting to mitigate some risk in anticipation of this upcoming week for kind of the catalyst. So I feel like there is going to be another explosive run similar to what happened at the end of November, where shorts absolutely got decimated. They liquidated a lot of their positions. So I think this is just the start of that playing out. So what does that mean for the stock price? At least on a technical level, that you could see most likely around that $3 range. So right now with it at 254, it is trading between these 2 points. So this R1 and the pivot. Like I kind of mentioned, even with the lower volume, this 227 has been holding like a absolute champ. So continue to watch for that. Next point to watch for is 268, assuming it is able to continue its good momentum. Shorts continue to return their positions for the most part. If it gets over this 268, then anticipate 293 and then the $3 range. So I think bigger and better things are going to be coming down the pipeline, and a lot of people are even speculating this year, kind of a very bold statement, that Ripple is going to exceed Ethereum just as well this year. So I think there's just a lot more anticipation for upside for Ripple than even Ethereum, Bitcoin. So those ones might lag this year. We'll just have to wait and see. But aside from that, though, on the actual chart, I have looking at the 1-day chart, the 50-100-day moving averages, ALMA, super trend, and this is where you are seeing the absolute bullishness. So it's been bouncing off of and staying above that 50-day moving average. So very good stuff above the ALMA. So it is kind of just following the technicals. So like I said, going back over here, just watch for that 268 to be that next strong resistance point. And you never know, it could be touched potentially this weekend, if not going into this week for the upcoming catalyst. Moving over to the 4-hour, because everything feeds into one another, this is where you are seeing, despite the still somewhat average volume for the most part, this is where you're seeing the breakout. So it is consistently staying above the ALMA. Super trend is looking bullish, above the 50-day moving average as well. So this is definitely feeding into this overall general bullishness and breakout. So yeah, honestly, I'm very excited for Ripple. You might see a lot of volatility in the foreseeable future, but I think generally it is one of the only cryptocurrencies that has a constant and good actual utility. That's one thing that a lot of people like to talk on technical analysis, but in general, going over let's say Pepe, for instance, like the utility associated to them and for them to have this market cap isn't justified. 90% of all of these don't have a actual feasible utility, whereas with Ripple it does. So once again, do your own due diligence. I'm not here to sway you to do whatever floats whatever. I'm just very, very bullish on Ripple, and I still see a hell of a lot more upside. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Pop over to my Patreon where I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers, so pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.